Let's get it done.
Super Junior Tag League, folks. It's one block of 10 teams. The participants are Yo and a guy yet to be determined. I originally thought it was going to be Rohei Oiwa, but I hit a bit of a wall with that prediction.
Okay, so which card are we going to be looking for? The Super Junior Tag League 2023 Road to Power Struggle.
All the cards, but we're just looking at the matches that tie to the tournament.
Fair enough. We'll have to go through it one by one. The ones that are tournament are 4th through 8th.
Right. And for those wondering what I meant by I hit a wall with the probability of Oiwa being Yo's tag partner, well, look at the card for October 28th for Noah, Demolition Stage in Fukuoka.
That's crazy.
I'll show it.
Yep.
Let me move it down. Right there. He's teaming with Kaito Kiyomiya to take on LJ Clearly and Anthony Green are the good-looking guys. He can't bounce between Fukushima and Fukuoka at the same time. So that's off the table. Unless if it is Oiwa, well, he and Yo are going to have to concede that match.
Indeed.
On the 28th against... Oops, it's results. Just five guys, TAKA, Michinoku, and DOUKI.
TAKA Michinoku is still going.
Anyway, the participants for this year's tournament are as follows. Yo and a man yet to be determined. The Intergalactic Jet Setters, KUSHIDA and Kevin Knight. Ryusuke Taguchi and the DKC from the LA Dojo. This is going to end in disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And for those wondering why I say that, let's turn back the clocks to last year when Taguchi teamed with Clark Connors and formed the duo Wild Hips. For Clark's reputation, this did a lot more harm than good, as every match had them pulling the ass joke.
Wow.
And basically Clark got laughed at.
More like mocked.
Yeah. Which is one of the main contributors to why he joined Bullet Club the following spring.
That's because he was tired of the mockery.
True. El Desperado and Master Wato forming a strange alliance after their best of 7 with their respective sides ended in a stalemate. So they decided to form a tag team to win this tournament. For this tournament. TAKA Michinoku and DOUKI of Just Five Guys. Bushi and Teton of LIJ. The Ichiban Sweet Boys, Robbie Eagles, and a returning Kosei Fujita for the Mai Don't Kneel. I mean, to be fair, I figured Fujita's excursion was going to be short-term, and the fact that he was going to be teaming with Robbie because Robbie's the main junior in TMDK, and there's no other juniors other than Fujita, it made sense to pair them up, right?
Yep.
IWGP Junior Tag Champs Clark Connors and Drilla Moloney, fresh off retaining the IWGP Junior Tag titles this afternoon in the Copper Box out in London against Cameron Kai and Leon Slater of Rev Pro, and the House of Torture duo of Sho and Yoshinobu Kanemaru.
Damn.
The final will be held on November the 4th at Power Struggle in Osaka. Winning team, it'll be determined by the teams with the 2 highest scores in the block. Winning team gets the next immediate IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Title match at Wrestle Kingdom.
This will prove to be an interesting show.
Tournament, but yes.
Yes.
Question is, who will be Yo's partner? This is the thing that's bugging me with this tournament. I mean, my other option was Speedball Mike Bailey, but unfortunately, I hit a brick wall out of that. With that one right out of the box, as Speedball is basically going to be wrestling Will Ospreay next week at Bound for Glory for Impact Wrestling.
Wow. This is just going to be tight as hell.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we'll kick off with the Saitama show at the Kumagaya Citizen Gym.
Well, let's see how that'll turn out.
We start with Catch 2-2 against the Ichiban Sweet Boys.
This is a tough one.
If you're looking at this from experience, you'd say Catch 2-2. But on the other hand, you want to give the new blood the quick and the early win just to build their confidence. This is more so for Fujita than anyone else. So, does it make sense either way? I say yes. Who you taking, Jose? Catch 2-2 or the Sweet Boys?
The Sweet Boys, I guess.
I'll go Catch 2-2. Intergalactic Jet Centers against Just 5 Guys. For KUSHIDA, this is a chance to rectify his BOSJ loss to DOUKI. And when you consider that TAKA is his partner and not Yuya Uemura, who I thought would be it, I guess they're moving Uemura up to heavyweights right out of the chute. And they're having him team with Taichi for the World Tag League in the following month.
Yes, indeed.
I'm going to give this to the Jet Setters.
I will probably do the same.
No, brother. DKC and Taguchi versus Master Wato and El Desperado. Just give this to Wato and Despy and get it out of the way.
Yeah, I agree. Wato and Desperado.
Yo and whoever his partner is against Drilla and Connors.
X and Yo, but we don't even know who is going to be in that ring. This will be interesting.
I mean, with Leo Rush sick, Rocky Romero basically swamped by commitments he's got in the States. I mean, tonight he's on MLW Slaughterhouse facing Akira for the MLW World Middleweight title. His commitments to CMLL as the classic welterweight world welterweight champion of that promotion. And on October 28th, he's going to be in an 8-man tag match to celebrate the original Atlantis' 40th wrestling anniversary at Fighting Spirit Unleashed. As well as his AEW commitments.
Not easy.
Yeah, so it's no way it's going to be Rocky. Know what I mean? But whoever it is, it's going to be someone Yo's going to bring in to Chaos. Just boils down to who. If it's someone good, I'm going to give Yo and his partner the win. If it's
someone bad, it's on the other team.
Right.
But if I were to be honest, I'll give it to Moloney and Connors.
I'll give it to Yo and whoever his partner is.
Good choice. All right, time
Finally,
for the next one.
Teton and Bushi against Sho and Kanemaru of the House of Torture.
You're not a fan.
Of course not. You know I hate the House of Torture with a raging passion. They're
Fine.
way down Bullet Club. They're a joke.
Then let me be blunt as possible. My win goes to Titan and Bushi. The House of Pain, House of Horror must fall.
It's torture.
The House of Torture must fall today.
Got that right. I'll give it to Teton Bushi, but don't be surprised if Kanemaru and Sho break out the whiskey and the wrench, respectively, for a cheap win.
They better not. Our next set is consisting of 5 matches.
October 24th in Corkin Hall, which also, ironically enough, contains a world television title match long overdue between ZSJ and Bolton Oleg that was supposed to happen on September 9th, but Oleg suffered a staph infection in his left wrist and had to be pulled and replaced with Oiwa at last minute.
Staph infections, really? God damn it. They're always the worst thing.
Tell me about it. Anyway, we kick this off with Taguchi and the DKC against LIJ. Give it to LIJ. Fine.
We will give it to LIJ then.
Just 5 Guys against Ichiban Sweet Boys. I'm going to give this to Robbie and Fujita. What about you?
I'm giving it to TAKA and DOUKI.
Okay. X and Yo against Wato and Despy. I'm going to give this to Wato and Despy.
I'm going to do the same.
Okay, so we have Wato and Despy at 4. I have Robbie and Kosei at 2. You have them at 2. Intergalactic Jet Centers against House of Torture. House of Torture.
I'm not surprised. I'm giving it to the other team.
So you're going the Jet Setters.
Jet Setters. The House of Torture must not deserve to achieve victory.
Catch 2-2 versus Connors and Moloney. a rematch of their July 4th battle, where basically Connors and Moloney just decimated Catch 2-2 and walked out of New Japan's Strong Independence Day in Corkin night 1 with the IWGP Junior Tag titles in hand. This is the chance Catch 2-2 needs to get payback. I'm going to give it to him. Crowns up.
Exactly. Crowns up. Now we move on to Tokyo.
Merkin Hall for a second straight night. I don't know why the first three are listed as Super Junior Tag League matches when their tag matches have nothing to do. They're only tied.
I literally don't have any clue. Because most of these super tag matches are basically 5 matches on each of the shows.
Well, anyway, DKC and Taguchi against Robbie and Fujita. I'm going to give this to Robbie and Fujita.
I will do the same.
And believe me, I'm going to be blunt. I'll be shocked if Taguchi and DKC do not pull any of the butt jokes. But then again, I do think Taguchi's in a bit of hot water for this. Go ahead, ask me why.
Okay, I'll do it. Why?
Okay, let's turn the clocks back to March 1st, the All-Star Junior Festival in Corkin. In the middle of the card was a 6-man tag match. It was Taguchi teaming with Pancrase Mission's Hikaru Sato, a.k.a. the hentai wrestler. And from the Pheromones, so he was representing Gambare Pro at the time, Yumehito Fantastic Imanari. Thank God the faction disbanded last week in Shinjuku.
Thank God indeed.
But out of the three, only Imanari came out in his full gear, though they were also wearing sweaters with no sleeves and a huge cut in the slit in the back. I mean, that goes down the center of the back. Sato and Taguchi, on the other hand, came out in just that, bare feet and their underwear. No joke.
Damn.
Their opposition were the Great Sasuke, Osaka Pro's Tiger's Mask, and from Kyushu Pro, Bantan Buddha Buddha. Don't ask, I never watched any of the latter two's stuff.
I know.
Midway through the match, Taguchi convinced Imanari to do the one thing he didn't do with the Pheromones. Strip down to the thong.
Yeah.
And then, when the match was over, Taguchi took his underwear off and left it on the floor of Corkin Hall.
That was just embarrassing.
Well, like disgusting. I think that's what got him in hot water and forced him. And basically, New Japan's front office got on his case, saying, "Pull shit like that again, and you're fired. No more of that level of butt stuff."
Yep.
Which is why he didn't do it throughout the whole Best of the Super Juniors. I mean, I'm all for comedy, but not that level of gross out humor.
It's disgusting, to say the least.
Tell me about it. Anyway, Yo and his mystery partner against Catch 2-2. Heads, Yo and his partner. Tails, 2-2. Say when.
When?
Heads, I'll go Yo and his partner.
I will most likely do the same. Let us move on to the next one.
Taka Michinoku, just 5 guys against House of Torture. I mean, we went through 2 months of this crap. Do we really need to go through this again?
No. Taka and DOUKI are my vote. Screw the House of Torture.
Yeah, but some tells me, given that the majority of the wins leading up to the failure of the IWGP World Title match went to the House of Torture, I'll go with the House.
Fair enough.
Intergalactic Jet Setters against Drilla, against the War Dogs. I'm going to go the War Dogs.
War it up. The War Dogs it is.
These are our dogs for real.
Yep.
Main event, Master Wato and Despy against Teton and Bushi. I'm going to go Wato and Despy.
Fair enough. Okay, then. I'll go for Wato and Desperado.
I would have thought you would have gone LIJ.
Need a change of pace.
Fair enough.
Now we move on to Wing Hack Tasukabe.
Back to Saitama.
Indeed.
Intergalactic Jet Setters against the DKC and Taguchi. I'm going to go Jet Setters.
They'll go the DKC and Taguchi. Who's up next?
Michinoku and DOUKI versus Catch 2-2. I'm giving this to Catch 2-2.
Giving it to TAKA and DOUKI.
House of Torture versus Yo and whoever his partner is. I'm gonna put some money on the house here.
I'm putting my money on Yo.
Teton Bushi versus Connors and Moloney. I'm gonna go Teton and Bushi.
I'm going with the Drilla.
So you're going War Dogs.
War Dogs.
Master Wato and Despy close it out against Ichiban Sweet Boys. I'm going to go Sweet Boys.
I will also go Sweet Boys. Now we move on. Now we move.
Surugajo Gym in Fukushima. That's how you pronounce it. Surugajo.
Yeah, you got it. You nailed that at least well enough.
The DKC and Taguchi against Catch 2-2. This is a no-brainer. Catch 2-2.
No-brainer indeed. Catch 2-2.
Yo and his mystery partner against DOUKI and TAKA. I'm going to go Yo and partner.
I go with TAKA and DOUKI.
House of Torture versus Ichiban Sweet Boys. I'm going to go Sweet Boys. But again, the House of Torture success is dependent on if Evil, Dick Togo, and Yujiro Takahashi are going to lurk around and stick their nose where they don't need to be.
All we can do is wait and see.
True. Yeah, we all know the shtick of the House of Torture by now.
Yep.
I mean, that shtick is the main reason I just want David Finlay to get rid of them when the year's over.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he's no longer never openweight champion, he can shift his focus to the IWGP World Heavyweight title, which at the soonest I see him going after or for the Road to New Beginning events in February.
Fair enough.
Intergalactic Jet Setters versus LIJ. LIJ.
LIJ.
Wato and Despy versus the Junior Tag Champs. I'm going to go with an upset and go Wato and Despy.
Fine. The upset it is.
Grant, I wouldn't be too shocked if the War Dogs pull it off.
Yeah.
Next up, Tsubame Shi Physical Ed Center in Niigata.
Well, this will be fun.
The DKC and Taguchi against the House of Torture. House of Torture, obviously.
Fine. I'll have to give my vote on the House of Torture then.
Just 5 guys against the champs. I'm giving this to the champs.
I shall also give it to the champs.
Ichiban Sweet Boys against Yo and whoever his partner is. I'm going to go with Yo and whoever his partner is.
I will also go with Yo against his partner too.
Catch 2-2 against LIJ. I'm going to go Catch 2-2.
Fair enough. Catch 2-2 it shall be.
Main event, Wato and Despy against Kevin I and Kushida. Oh, God. And with how many main events that the Wato-Despy duo is getting, you know they're going to at least make it to the finals.
Yeah.
They're not New Japan. You're not being very subtle here.
There's a problem. They're never subtle.
But then again, that's the way Gato books this shit. Wato and Despy.
Fair enough.
Halloween night, Toyama Techno West Hall.
Let's hope there are no spooks around when this goes on.
All right. DKC and Taguchi against Yo and whoever his partner is. Yo and his partner.
As will I. Yo and his partner.
Teton Bushi against DOUKI and TAKA. I'm going to go TAKA and DOUKI in an upset.
I'm going with DOUKI and TAKA as well.
Jet Setters versus Ichiban Sweet Boys. I am going to go Jet Setters.
Let's get sweet, greasy sweet. The Sweet Boys.
You're saying that Fujita and Eagles are
Yeah,
mighty, and the mighty don't kneel.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm going to be blunt with this next one. Moloney and Connors show Kanemaru. War Dogs, do me a favor and rip the House of Torture to fucking pieces and piss on their damn graves.
Exactamundo.
I mean, we know this is going to be the piss break match. Multiple amounts of run-ins from both the House of Torture and the War Dogs, depending on how many on both sides are on the supplementaries of the card. But I'm going to give this to Moloney and Connors.
I'm also giving it to Moloney and Connors. The House of Torture must suffer.
House of Torture must die, as far as I'm concerned.
Now we get to Wato and Desperado versus Akira and TJP.
A.K.A. Catch 2-2.
Catch, yep.
Wato and Despy, catch.
Indeed.
Let's flip it.
Flip.
Heads again. I'm going Wato and Despy.
Fair enough. As will I. Only two left, Ishikawa and Osaka.
Next up, the Komatsu City Gymnasium. City Shuhiro Gymnasium, a.k.a. the Yoshitsune Arena in Ichikawa.
Mm-hmm.
The DKC and Taguchi against Drilla and Connors. You know Connors just wants to flat out kill Taguchi for making him into a joke last year.
Pretty much, yes.
And but on the other hand, DKC wants his hands on Connors for basically stabbing him in the back in April. Personally, Connors has more of that killer instinct. DKC is not there yet. So I say War Dogs rip Taguchi a figurative and literal new asshole.
Agreed.
Ichiban Sweet Boys versus LIJ.
My vote's going to be on, well, LIJ.
Same here.
Good choice.
Yo and Mystery Partner versus Fujita. Versus the Intergalactic Jet Setters. I'm going to give this to Yo and whoever's Mystery Partner is.
I'll also give it to Yo and his partner. Next up.
Finally, a main event that doesn't have Wato and Despy in it. First time in 5 or 6 cards we've looked at?
Yeah. Wato and Desperado versus TAKA and DOUKI. This will be a fierce battle.
But I'm giving it to Wato and Despy.
I'm giving it to TAKA and DOUKI.
Especially when you consider that Despy knows TAKA and DOUKI like the back of his hand from the time they spent together in Suzuki-gun.
Yep.
Finally, Catch 2-2 versus the House of Torture. If there's any one wrestler that knows how to outwit and out-wrestle the House of Torture, aside from ZSJ, it's TJP.
Yeah.
So I'm giving this to Catch 2-2.
I'm also giving it to Catch 2-2. And now we finally reach Osaka.
The penultimate night. Whichever top teams are the top will face each other at Power Struggle.
There's just one little tidbit about this. The card order will be announced at a later date. At least we know what's going to be on the card.
Yeah, based on ranking order with this. So we don't know what setup we'll get. So if we're going to go by worst to best, we'll start with the worst, the DKC and Taguchi against TAKA and DOUKI. At least in my mind, these two teams are the worst, at least on paper. Because last time TAKA was in a tournament like this was in the heavyweight tag league tournament back in 21, mostly due to COVID restrictions and the fact that Suzuki's default partners, Takashi Iizuka and Lance Archer, couldn't do the tournament. The former because he retired, and the latter due to COVID restrictions keeping the border more or less under a padlock.
Yep.
Lock at that time. And Suzuki and TAKA got swept. They went 0-11 in that tournament.
Bloody ouch.
But what do you expect? TAKA's not a heavyweight. He's a junior.
I know.
And the only reason he and Tiger Mask got put in that tournament was because the heavyweight ranks were shorthanded.
Damn.
And that was one of 2 years the tournament ran side by side with the best of the Super Juniors at near the end of the year because of the COVID restrictions and the shutdown periods. Granted, the shutdown down in 21 only lasted about 6 weeks, as opposed to 4 fucking months. I mean, almost 4 fucking months, like it did in 2020. Know what I mean? Know what I mean, Jose?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to give this to TAKA and DOUKI. What about you?
Mm-hmm.
What are you giving it to?
I give it to the opponents.
So Taguchi and DKC.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. Next up, I believe, would be Ichiban Sweet Boys against the War Dogs.
Let the War Dogs howl.
And bark and bite.
Yep.
They're going to get sweet, sweet victory tonight.
And sweet vengeance.
What did Robbie ever do to them?
I don't know. I just thought it looked out. I just thought it would sound cool if I added that.
Oh. Teton Bushi against Yo and whoever his partner is. I'm going to say Bushi and Teton based on playing spoiler.
Yeah, I'll probably do that too.
Catch 2-2 against the Intergalactic Jet Setters. I'm going to go Catch 2-2.
Catch 22.
And then Wato and Despy against the House of Torture.
Wato and Despy.
And if we did our math correctly, that means it's going to be Wato and Despy teaming up against Catch 2-2 in the final.
Yep.
Here's my issue with this at Power Struggle. There's one of two ways you can go about it if this final comes to pass. On the one hand, you would have a tag. If Wato and Despy win, it's a tag team of the current generation of junior heavyweight wrestlers, top of their game, guys who have always been bridesmaids but never brides when it comes to getting titles in most cases, or in Despy's case, winning tournaments. Though he has won the Super Junior Tag League with Kanemaru twice, once to win a vacated IWGP Junior Tag title, and wants to gain a title shot, meaning a title shot over the summer of 21. Of course, COVID restrictions forced the tournament to be pushed a little further ahead in time in both cases, but the reason the tournament was for vacated titles in 2020, Yo suffered a severe knee injury, which led to him and Sho vacating the IWGP Junior Tag titles. But on the other hand, canonically, it makes sense for Catch 2-2 to win the tournament since they were the ones who lost the titles to the War Dogs.
Indeed.
And they have a score to settle with Moloney for stabbing the United Empire in the back.
That is epic betrayal.
Back at Dominion.
So we've gone through everything that this junior tournament is going to have to offer.
We still need to pick a finals winner.
Let us flip it.
Same setup as last time. Heads, Wato and Despy. Tails, Catch 2-2.
Call it.
Seriously? Heads again? I'm going to go against the coin this time and go Catch 2-2.
I will probably go with their opponents. So it's pretty much a 50-50 shot.
But then again, we may not actually get this outcome with the final. I mean, yeah, we got, like 5 or 6 out of 8 of our G1 finals correct? And then I ended up getting all 7 playoff matches correct. Where we basically screwed up with the Super Junior tournament. Who knows how the Super Junior tag is going to pan out?
Only time will tell.
Next, in any case, want to collab on either Bound for Glory or Demolition stage soon?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
We'll do Bound for Glory on Thursday night.
I'll be there for it, I assure you.
Well, I'm just saying we can't do it Friday. I'm going up to Reedsville to celebrate my dad's 71st.
That's fine. That was fun, at least.
And then and then maybe on the 27th, we'll do our picks for Demolition Stage.
Indeed.
That's it for tonight. I'd like to thank Megaman, and we close out the MegaMets podcast. Leave a comment, smash the like, and sub to both our channels. Until next time, goodbye, good night. Same MegaMets time, same MegaMets channel. Bang. And cut.
That was good.
That was.